they were so close, man. They were so close. In overtime, I know they didn't really get a chance, but they were this close to completing the comeback against the Washington Capitals. The Canadiens Capitals, Game 1, Round 1, Stanley Cup playoffs. First time the Canadiens have been in the playoffs since 2021. First time the Capitals have been in the playoffs since 2022. And they were that close to getting it done and completing the comeback, man. They really were. Alex Ovechkin, the story in this game, scoring the first goal, scoring the last goal in this game in overtime. Lane Hutson misses his assignment on Alex Ovechkin. You could see him lift his head at the end of that game, knowing that he did not stick check Alex Ovechkin quick enough, and he just could not stop him from scoring the overtime winner. This is going to be a one-taker tonight, guys, and there's one reason for it. I just came off of a live stream, 3 hours on this channel, and some of you guys were there for that, so thank you very, very much. But I told you guys I would do a post-game video after each and every playoff game here. This is the first time ever on the Drew Deeks channel that I've done a playoff post-game video. And the last time I did a playoff post-game video for this team was with Habs tonight. As you know, we were on fire with all of you guys on that show in 2021. And since then, we've been rebuilding. We've been rebuilding in Montreal. So we had some fun. We had some fun on this live stream tonight, though. We pumped up the energy. We got the Go Habs Go chance started. We helped the Habs. We'd like to think we helped the Habs, tie this game. Cole Caulfield getting the power play goal in the third period. Nick Suzuki getting the tying goal not that long afterwards. And they came so close. And to get that win, to beat the Capitals in a game where it didn't look like the Canadiens had a chance, really, they were getting physically outmatched. They were getting dominated physically by the Capitals in that first period. Tom Wilson throwing that first huge hit on Caden Gooley. Lane Hutson was getting the business from a bunch of players. He was getting hit quite a bit. In terms of penalties, there was like a decent amount of penalties. There was a bunch of roughing calls in the first period from Gooley, Mangiapane, Newhook, Radish, Slavkovsky. And then they kind of settled down after that, right? But Marty St. Louis, that is the most angry I've ever seen Marty St. Louis since he's been coach of the Canadiens was in the first period against those refs. I mean, I'm not going to get into it about the refs and blame them for this loss. I'm not, but they missed a big one on Brendan Gallagher, a cross check to the face of Brendan Gallagher, like just in the first period. I'll get the player for you right now. I'm just going to pull it up here. I know I'm kind of, going off the cuff on the one taker here, but how do they not call a cross check to the face? Like, I just don't understand that. I'm just going to pull up the play here. And it was number 27. Is it Beauvillier on Washington? Yeah, it's him, I think. But anyway, the point is they didn't call it. They just didn't call it. It was a cross check to the mouth. That was the first really bad call. But it's playoffs. They let stuff go. I don't know. Zdeno Chara did the same thing to Brendan Gallagher. Cross-checked him in the face years ago. Nothing. He got a fine. He got a $5,000 slap on the wrist, which is nothing to a hockey player that makes millions. But anyway, I digress. You can't blame anything else now. The Canadiens did tie the game. They got physically outmatched in this game. If you look at the hits, though, let's take a look at it. 42-33 were the hits for Washington. The Habs came back and outshot Washington 35-32. The Habs were 1 for 2 on the power play. The Caps were 1 for 2 on the power play. Montreal had 17 giveaways. Washington had 13 giveaways. Montreal had 3 takeaways. Washington had 5 takeaways. Washington blocked 19 shots to Montreal's 12. So all those stats aside, the Canadiens maybe could use Arbor Xhekaj. Let's just say it. Jaden Struble was the second least used defenseman in this game next to David Savard, who only played 11:57 in this game. So I think Savard or Struble should come out. I think Xhekaj's got to come in. At some point, he's got to come in, right? I mean, I don't know. I think he's been outplayed. I told you guys that. I think Xhekaj has been outplayed by his teammates, but this physicality from Washington, I know they were riding the adrenaline of the home crowd and all that stuff, but I think you got to see what Xhekaj can do. Can he change the momentum for this team? Can he help this team? I know fans are going to be really ticked if he doesn't get into game 2. I just think they will be. David Savard being the least used defenseman, Savard and Struble could be a good pairing if they're defensively responsible together, first of all. But David Savard does block a lot of shots. I actually want to look at that stat sheet here and see if David Savard had any block shots. Savard had 3 block shots in this game. Struble had 0 block shots in this game. In terms of the hype around Demidov, he was fairly quiet in this game. I thought Demidov scored that play where he shot the puck and Thompson, it looked like Lane Hudson's goal, and the ref was actually pointing to the net to say that the net was off its moorings. I thought he was pointing to say that the puck went in. I was freaking out on the live stream because I thought Demidov scored. Demidov had exactly no credited shots on goal, according to Sportsnet. I don't know, but the Demidov, Newhook, and Line line was -2 in this game. Line at the end of the game, we saw what caused the winning goal by Alex Ovechkin, which really was an icing call, where Line got cross-checked from behind as Gooley was trying to pass the puck to the other side of the ice, and on that play was icing. On that ensuing face-off, the Capitals get possession and Ovi gets left out front by himself and he just puts it in for the winner. So that's pretty much the summation there. But the Canadiens on the Suzuki goal, they fought their butts off for that goal. And it was just unfortunate that they couldn't complete the comeback in overtime because the way that this team came back in this third period, they've had the most third period comebacks of any team this season. It's been their theme to play better when they're behind. It's not a good recipe for long-term success by any means. I've said that before. But the fact that they were able to do that and come back and really give us hope going into overtime was special enough. So what can you say? The fourth line I thought looked decent. The first line, Suzuki, Caulfield, Slavkovsky, looked good. They all had chances in this game. The Gallagher, Anderson, Dvorak line had chances. Galley made nice plays. Anderson had chances himself. So I think every line had moments in this game where they did something productive. But I think you need a spark plug. I think you need an X factor, and X gon' give it to you. He go give it to you, right? That's Jack Guy's song when he gets into a fight. But anyway, I digress. I'm not going to say that much more. I've said so much tonight, and it's playoffs, and I'm already zonked from doing the live stream with you guys. But I won't be doing a live stream for Game 2 because it's my birthday. Thank you, and I'm just saying thank you for the birthday shout-outs in advance. I know you guys are so kind to give me those. I will be doing a post-game video for Game 2 at some point, whether it's the night of or the morning after Game 2, okay? So I will be around for that. Game 3 Friday live stream on this channel again, and I'm going to try to get the Weiss brothers, Dale Weiss and Derek Weiss, on for my intermission guests for that game. I'm going to try anyway. But I digress. Thank you, guys. Leave your comments down below. I know you're going to say you want Jack Guy in. I'm with you on this. I'm totally for it now. I think we just need a spark. So leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this game. Go Habs, go. We were so close. They fought till the end the way they did this season. A theme of this season is showed in this game. That's the kind of team they are. They never give up, and they usually complete comebacks a lot of times. So anyway, go Habs, go. Hit like and subscribe. Thank you, guys. You're the best. God love you. Happy belated Easter. Jesus loves you. Ciao.